Mahindra has always been known for taking an existing product and making it shorter. The Renault Logan became the Verito Vibe. The Cielo became the Quanto, or the Nuevo Sport as it was eventually called. The SsangYong Tivoli became the XUV 300, or as it now called as the XUV 3XO. But that's all about to change, because for the first time, the Thar has gained a few inches, around a foot, to become the Thar Roxx. Now, the second generation Thar was launched in 2020, and not long after that, Mahindra said a longer version was in the making. It took 4 long years for the 5-door Thar to finally make its debut. With the added length comes extra doors, which then means more space at the back seat. Great! But is it what the 5-door Thar all about? Let's dig in.
So why not start with the back seat then? Because that's what you want to know first.
Getting into the back seat of the Thar Roxx is pretty easy. The doors open pretty wide. There is a grab handle and the footboard to help you climb back in. And yes, it is a climb. But when you're back in here, it is pretty decent. The rear seats feel very nice. The 3 people can sit in relative comfort. I have loads and loads of headroom because of that panoramic sunroof. Oh, did I mention that the panoramic sunroof is huge? There is decent amounts of legroom here. And unlike the 3-door Thar, the rear wheel wells don't eat up into the rear seat space. That is great. And the seats can recline back a fair bit.
Well, when you get to the front seats, you're greeted with a refreshed cabin. The Spartan utilitarian feeling that you get in the 3-door Thar has been reduced, but only slightly.
The soft touch materials on the dashboard feel very nice, but it still feels like you're sitting inside a rugged SUV. You sit up high and you get a commanding position of the road ahead of you. These all-white interior make it feel more like a car and less like a Thar, but it is going to be very difficult to maintain.
Adding to the upmarket feel is the fact that the Thar Roxx gets the same 10.25-inch infotainment system as some of the other Mahindra models, and it is standard. You also get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto connectivity. There is also a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster. And then you have toggle switches like the 3-door Thar. But with the Roxx, you also get ventilated seats. However, that's only available in the top-end variant. But it's not as if the base MX-1 variant is all bare bones. You have, as I said earlier, the 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system, LED lights, 4-speaker audio system, and 18-inch steel wheels. And then you have safety features like 6 airbags, electronic stability control, ISOFIX mounts, 3-point seat belts with reminders for all seats. And you know what? Even ADAS is not limited to just the top spec model. In fact, it's on the mid-spec AX3 luxury trim that you get ADAS from. A big problem with the 3-door Thar was boot space, or the lack of it. That has finally been addressed, as the additional 400mm not only gives you more space, it also gives you a bigger boot. A much bigger and practical one, though it still has a split tailgate design. On the looks front, it's still as macho. You get a new body-colored front grille, new headlamps with circular LED DRLs, and a new alloy wheel design as well. Interestingly, the rear door handles have moved to this weird looking C-pillar. It's strange to see such a door handle here, since off-roading enthusiasts require chunky door handles that are sturdy. The tailgate mounted spare wheel is still there, and the tail lamps now get new lighting elements. Now, something all of you would be eager to know is how it drives. Is it still a car or more like the Thar?
The Thar quotient still remains because, well, that's difficult to overcome. But it feels more car-like than before. We are driving the diesel with the 6-speed automatic gearbox that produces 172 brake horsepower and 370 Newton meters. That's 42 brake horsepower and 70 Newton meters more than the 3-door version. But it's the Aisin-sourced automatic gearbox that's a little sluggish. The 6-speed units build speeds well, but it takes its own sweet time to do so. The mid-range is still strong and it continues to impress. The ride has improved thanks to the hydraulic rebound stop the Mahindra has added to the suspension. It is still bumpy though. It's not like any other compact SUV, but shouldn't it be? I get it, I'm in the 4x4 and the heavy hardware makes it difficult to maintain composure. But we hope it's not the case with the rear-wheel drive version, but we'll get to drive that another day.
There is also some interesting tech that is integrated for help during off-roading. There is the IntelliTurn feature that locks the inner rear wheel to help reduce the turning circle, but it only works up to 15 km per hour. And then there's the Coroll Smart, a cruise control for when you want to go off-roading, and that works at very slow speeds. On to the pricing then. The Thar Roxx begins from 12,99,000 rupees going all the way up to 20,49,000 rupees. And these prices are only of the rear wheel drive version. Now we don't still have the price of the 4-wheel drive variants, but expect them to top out at around 24 to 25 lakh rupees. Just for perspective, the Thar Roxx is around 1.5 to 3 lakh dearer than the 3-door version. Now, given the price range of the Thar Roxx rear-wheel drive, it sits in the middle of the compact SUV segment, and the top-end price is roughly the same as other models in this segment. So, could this be your only car? Sure. But while it ticks a lot of boxes, there are some rough edges that need to be ironed out.